Let's talk about Delta Airlines. So
Piece
Delta's
of no, I'm joking. No, go ahead. I'm joking.
well, their stock had a low this year of $27, a high this year of $50, almost 49. So it was up 90% from its low
Mhm.
to its high in the course of around 9 months. So it's outperformed a lot of tech companies.
Yeah.
That's almost 100% gain. And we actually recently reported some information about Delta that they are about to reduce lounge access to modify Sky Miles program. So everybody
Smart.
that's been using the Delta Sky Lounge, Sky Club, it's become uh, a very popular destination at airports around the country and has led to crowding. So they are cutting back on the access to the Sky Miles program.
Mhm.
But that was a an interesting thing that got a lot of debate on social media. But looking at the stock, like I said, I mean, it's actually up almost 100% quietly.
Yeah.
So, what's the deal with Delta?
A class that people gave around people. Sometimes when people share these like travel hacks, it goes too far. There was too many people in the lounges. It almost looked like a club at like one point. So that I know they probably got some backlash for like limited access, but I think it was smart. Historically, I don't like airlines to invest in long term. They have had a great bounce. They're better than most of their contemporaries. I mean, September of last year, they were 28. They hit a high of what 49 or some 48.50. So they done really well. I think this is one of the things you have to do when you analyze a business. If you go through where money can be leaking out of the company, I think it's smart that they lock this down, and it just goes to show that they're being proactive in a lot of areas in their business where I think a lot of other companies may have let this slide to keep just, but the stock has done well. I wouldn't buy it at this price point. If it ever got back down to maybe 34 or 26, I may swing trade it at that level, but in the 40s, I wouldn't touch it.
So you said previously when you first started this show that you never invest in anything that has a engine or a motor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so
Stance hasn't changed.
for people that might be new to the show,
Yeah.
why would you never invest in anything that has an engine or a motor? Is that the exact quote that you say?
Yeah, that's a quote. Great callback. You got a good memory. But because most things with an engine in it are a depreciating asset. So at one point, I was like, man, it'd be dope to like get a yacht. This is like a dream when I had when I was a kid. And then once I started to see what the maintenance was on a yacht, it was worse than having a luxury car. Like you have to have a staff to clean it, and oh my god, docking fees and all this other stuff, and then the car. Oh, I'm good. So, Tesla would be the only exception because Tesla's technically evaluated as a technology company, but if it was classified under automotive purely, because it has the P ratio of a tech company, I wouldn't be the biggest fan of Tesla. So these stocks like United, Southwest, Delta, I would probably swing trade. I would not hold them long term. And maybe like in 2008 or 2011, it was at $9.63. If it's like at an all-time low, and I know it's not going to go out of business, maybe there, but anything above $15 or $20 is too high to pay for most airlines. It's the reason why I hate most automotive companies. Ford, GM, even though GM is solid in terms of the numbers we talked about that last week, they aren't doing as well. Lucid. So if you look from 1970 on, the automotive sector has not used well. So that's the only reason I don't like to invest in those.